T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his actions.
Pop royalty accused of drugging and assaulting women.
Rapper, actor, and businessman Clifford T.I. Harris, along with his wife, Tamika Tiny Cottle, they're being named in a massive lawsuit.
It all starts with a question that has the internet buzzing. Is the Harris family falling apart? T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, has built his empire on confidence, dominance, and a seemingly unshakable public image. But now that image is under scrutiny like never before. The spotlight isn't just on T.I. for his music or his business ventures. It's on his family, and more specifically, his son. Rumors are swirling, tongues are wagging, and everyone is asking what's really going on behind the scenes of one of hip-hop's most talked about families.
I was trying to get to the bottom of things with King, trying to see if he had his
Huh? Whoa. Why you coming up with this word?
because King got a little friend, and he be in love, like he's a lover boy.
You have
No, I'm not, I'm a virgin. It's other things than
that between him and his.
The whispers started quietly, as they often do in the entertainment world. One day, it's about T.I.'s latest project, and the next, it's about the Harris household. This time, the focus has shifted to his son Messiah. Messiah, the oldest of T.I.'s sons, has always been somewhat of an enigma. He's managed to stay out of the limelight for most of his life, a rare feat for the child of a celeb. But staying private doesn't mean staying invisible, especially not when the rumor mill gets going. Allegations started to surface suggesting that Messiah's absence from the family's reality show might have been more than just a scheduling issue. Could it be that T.I. didn't want Messiah on camera for fear of what people might say about him? Or was Messiah simply choosing to live a life far away from the chaos of reality TV?
Parenting can become very complex. T.I., myself, and a few others participated in a TED Talk via Morris Brown College a few months ago. And in that conversation, he had more of an interview style TED Talk. The first question to him was about his lifestyle and guns.
The speculation didn't stop there. Messiah's younger brother, Domaniis, added fuel to the fire by making his own exit from the show. Domaniis was clear about his reasons, telling fans that he wanted to focus on his music and carve out his own identity, separate from his father's fame. He even turned down a hefty paycheck, $85,000 in cash to be exact, to ensure he wouldn't be boxed into a reality TV persona. "I cared more about how they know me," Domaniis once explained, opting for artistic authenticity over easy money. And let's face it, that's a bold move for someone so young, especially when you've got cameras rolling and your family's reputation hanging in the balance. But while Domaniis' decision seemed straightforward, Messiah's disappearance from the show left questions unanswered. Some fans speculated it was because Messiah was focused on his studies. After all, he was attending college at the time. Others, however, whispered about a supposed scandal, a series of unverified claims suggesting that Messiah's absence was tied to his personal life. Rumors spread like wildfire, alleging that Messiah was in a same-gender relationship and that certain private photos had surfaced online. These claims, of course, remain unproven, but in the world of hip-hop, where masculinity and bravado reign supreme, even whispers like
As an adult, T.I. owns a significant amount of commercial and real estate property in Atlanta metropolitan area. He's a respected businessman in the industry of music. And his reality show was one of the most wholesome reality shows I've ever seen. It was kind of Bill Cosby-ish. And it was a dynamic that I thought provided some balance to the reality shows in general.
For someone like T.I., whose brand has always been tightly woven with his personal life, these rumors were more than just idle chatter. They were a direct challenge to the image he spent decades building, not just as a rapper, but as a father, a husband, and a man who prides himself on being unapologetically in control. "If he remains stuck in his adolescence, I ain't do my job," T.I. once said, speaking about the pressures of raising his children to become responsible adults. But what happens when the public starts questioning the very foundation of that father-son relationship?
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't judge how the parenting is gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this. A lot of what's happening is because it's in the public. like most children, don't have to do this in the public.
Messiah, for his part, has stayed silent, choosing not to address the rumors directly. And who can blame him? In an age where every word, every action, and every social media post is dissected and analyzed, sometimes silence is the loudest response. Instead, Messiah has focused on his music career, performing under the name Buddy Red and leaning into his passion for blues and country-inspired tracks. He's charting a course that's uniquely his own, far removed from the trap beats and swagger that define his father's legacy. Yet, for all his efforts to stay out of the fray, Messiah's absence from the family's reality show continues to be a topic of discussion. Could it really be as simple as his college commitments? Or is there a deeper, more complicated story at play? Some fans have pointed out that Messiah and Domaniis' upbringing was different from that of their younger siblings. While King, Major, and Heiress grew up in the Harris mansion, Messiah and Domaniis spent much of their time with their mother, LaShawn Dixon, T.I.'s ex-girlfriend. This separation may have given Messiah and Domaniis a different perspective on fame and family dynamics, one that perhaps made them less inclined to participate in the spectacle of reality TV.
Our issue with King. First off, the kid's a menace, right? He goes around. No, I'm serious. Yo, King, listen. King goes around terrorizing the community of Atlanta, bro. That's a fact, bro. I'm serious, bro.
But let's not forget King, the wild card of the Harris family, where Messiah is private and Domaniis is focused. King is the one who seems to thrive in the spotlight, sometimes for all the right reasons, the wrong reasons. From his social media antics to his recent run-ins with the law, King has been a frequent topic of conversation, often overshadowing his older brothers. And then there's Domaniis, Tiny's daughter from a previous relationship, who has also carved out her space in the entertainment world. The Harris family is nothing if not complicated, a blend of personalities and priorities that don't always align.
So him being arrested isn't really like the shocker. It's him coming out and his, I guess, reaction to it, right? Because everybody's saying, King, you grew up privileged, bro. Why are you going down this path? Now he's talking about F the police, F12. So, you know, he just don't care.
What's clear is that the Harris household is under constant scrutiny, and the pressure isn't just coming from the outside. T.I. himself has been known to spark controversy, whether it's through his parenting decisions or his own legal battles. Remember the uproar when he revealed that he accompanied his daughter Deja to the doctor for annual virginity checks? That statement alone unleashed a tidal wave of backlash, with critics accusing T.I. of being invasive and perpetuating double standards. And let's not even get started on the allegations of misconduct that have haunted both T.I. and Tiny in recent years. The Harris family has weathered its fair share of storms, but the question remains: how much more can their foundation take before it starts to crack? As the rumors about Messiah linger, T.I.'s response, or lack thereof, has been telling. He's remained mostly tight-lipped, a notable shift for someone who's never been shy about addressing public speculation. Could it be that T.I. is trying to protect his son from the harsh glare of the spotlight? Or is he simply biding his time, waiting for the dust to settle? Either way, the silence has only added to the intrigue, leaving fans to piece together the puzzle on their own.
Yes, that's right. Lawyer Tyrone Blackburn is going to authorities, asking and encouraging state and federal prosecutors to start a criminal investigation into T.I. and Tamika Harris, aka Tiny, on behalf of 11 accusers.
And here's where things take an even more dramatic turn. The focus on Messiah is just one piece of a much larger story about the Harris family. A story that includes allegations of misconduct, canceled TV shows, and a public image that's constantly being tested. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into the serious accusations leveled against T.I. and Tiny, the legal battles that have followed, and how these controversies have reshaped the narrative around one of hip-hop's most famous families. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.
Steve Sadar reached out to me looking to make a deal on behalf of T.I. and Tiny. And I told Steve Sadar that my clients want justice. So if the deal involves Tiny and T.I. turning themselves in and admitting to the crime that they've committed, then fine, we got a deal. But if it does not, then I would prefer to have the investigators do their work and to bring criminal charges against Tiny and T.I.
The Harris family's struggles don't end with rumors and whispers. They unravel in a mess of public disputes, legal battles, and controversies that seem to multiply by the day. What started as a quiet storm with Messiah's absence from T.I. and Tiny the family hustle has snowballed into something much larger. The family's once polished image, carefully constructed over years of reality TV, hit records, and business ventures, is now under siege. And at the center of it all are T.I. and Tiny, whose every move has been dissected and criticized.
What we're not gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in, chime in, and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this, whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults.
When VH1 aired The Family Hustle in 2011, the show was a massive hit. Fans were drawn to T.I.'s story, not just as a music legend, but as a family man, balancing fame with fatherhood. Tiny's vibrant personality and close bond with her children added warmth and relatability to the series. But what really set the show apart was its authenticity. It wasn't just about glitz and glamour. It was about struggles, triumphs, and everything in between. The Harris family became a symbol of resilience, proof that even in a world of fame and wealth, family comes first. As the seasons rolled on, cracks began to show. By the time the show's spin-off, T.I. and Tiny Friends and Family Hustle aired in 2018, the narrative had shifted. The fun, lighthearted tone of the early seasons gave way to more serious discussions around what you weren't happy with your life. Anytime, Tiny and Tiny Hustles gave way to more serious discussions, marital issues, parenting challenges, and the pressures of fame. While some fans appreciated the deeper dive into the family's dynamics, others felt the show had lost its charm. And then came the allegations, the kind of accusations that no amount of PR could sweep under the rug. A New X story is about real life, which all too frequently falls into the hands of monster birds.
Roxy and Tony, good morning. These are serious allegations, including kidnapping and assault. 2 new victims have now come forward pursuing criminal charges against T.I. and his wife, Tiny. And we can tell you the LAPD has now confirmed it's launching its own investigation. The couple recently in February had their VH1 show, T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle, suspended after allegations started surfacing earlier this year.
It all started with Sabrina Peterson, a former friend of the couple, who sent shockwaves through social media in early 2021. She claimed that T.I. had once threatened her with a weapon during an argument. "Your husband put something to my head after I looked out for you on several occasions," she alleged. What made this even more explosive was her claim that Tiny had defended T.I.'s actions, further complicating the narrative of their seemingly united front. Tiny quickly fired back, sharing a post that implied Peterson's claims were baseless. "He was just uncle 2 years ago," Tiny wrote, suggesting that Peterson's motives were personal rather than truthful. But Peterson wasn't done. Days later, she shared a series of messages from other alleged victims who accused the couple of behavior that was, to say the least, deeply unsettling. These claims painted a picture of manipulation, coercion, and betrayal, turning what was, initially, a personal dispute into a full-blown scandal. The internet erupted, divided between those who believed the accusations and those who saw them as an attempt to tarnish the Harris family's reputation. As the allegations mounted, T.I. and Tiny issued a statement vehemently denying any wrongdoing. "These egregiously appalling accusations are false," they declared. T.I. even took to social media to defend himself, saying, "We've never done anything to anyone without their consent." But the damage was done. MTV suspended production on Friends and Family Hustle, leaving fans wondering if they'd ever see the Harris family back on their screens. The fallout didn't stop there. Peterson's claims triggered a wave of new allegations, with multiple individuals coming forward to share their stories. Some of these claims dated back over a decade, adding layers of complexity to an already messy situation. While some accused the couple of orchestrating situations where boundaries were crossed, others alleged that they felt pressured into silence. The accusations were serious enough to prompt investigations in multiple states, although no charges were filed due to statutes of limitation.
How do you feel with, because now that the evolved T.I. is also the even more of a father T.I., because not only are you just a father, you have to be a father in the industry, because all your kids are in the industry.
Man, damn. Yeah, that's I ain't see that one coming.
The Harris family's reputation took a significant hit. For years, they had been symbols of success and resilience, but now they were under a microscope. Every public appearance, every social media post was scrutinized for hints of guilt or innocence. Fans who once admired their openness began questioning whether the family they saw on TV was the real deal, or just another carefully curated image. For T.I., the scandal was a direct blow to his legacy. As a pioneer of trap music, he had built a career on his authenticity and his ability to speak to the struggles of his community. But now, those very traits were being called into question. How could someone who claimed to uplift his community be involved in such damaging allegations? And for Tiny, the accusations were equally devastating. As a beloved figure in the music industry and a devoted mother, her image had been one of strength and warmth. The allegations threatened to overshadow all of that, leaving fans to wonder how much of what they saw on TV was real. Efforts to leak out of the band were the heavy footprints of the band's owner.
Yes, man, I really admire his dedication and commitment to the craft. Cause, I kind of told him, what was wrong about it, and he committed to changing it. You know what I mean? And he's probably one of the most eloquent rappers I know right now.
As the media frenzy continued, T.I. and Tiny found themselves grappling with another challenge: their son King. Unlike Messiah and Domani, who had chosen to stay out of the spotlight, King seemed to thrive on attention, both good and bad. For her social media antics to his social media antics to his run-ins with the law, King became a lightning rod for controversy. His recent altercation with T.I. at an Atlanta Falcons game, which was caught on camera, only added fuel to the fire. The argument, which escalated into a physical scuffle, highlighted the tensions within the family. "You're embarrassing yourself," T.I. was heard saying. King, however, was unfazed, doubling down on his claim that he stands on business.
For your kids in your eyes,
what does success look like for my kids and my doing what they love and earning a living, like being able to take care of themselves, doing the things that they love, the things that fulfill their passion. You know what I mean? Allowing them to follow their dreams and just create.
The incident at the Falcons game became yet another talking point for fans and critics alike. Some saw it as a reflection of T.I.'s struggles as a parent, while others viewed it as a sign of King's rebellious nature. Either way, it was clear that the Harris family's issues were far from resolved. And with King expecting his first child, the stakes were higher than ever. Could fatherhood be the wake-up call he needed, or would it only add to the chaos? Zonique, Tiny's oldest daughter, also found herself in the spotlight, but for very different reasons. As a member of the R&B group OMG Girls, Zonique had carved out a career of her own, separate from her family's drama. But even she wasn't immune to the pressures of being a Harris. When rumors surfaced about her brother King's new responsibilities, Zonique was quick to shut down the gossip, defending her family while maintaining her composure. "Worry about yours, not mine," she clapped back at critics online.
Not being forced to do something that you really don't want to do just to get paid, just to feed yourself.
Word.
You know what I mean? That's success on any level.
All right, well, let's get into the record.
Through it all, Tiny has remained the glue holding the family together. Despite the scandals, the rumors, and the public feuds, she has stood by T.I., defending him against accusations while continuing to focus on her children. Her resilience has been both admirable and polarizing, with fans divided over whether she's a devoted wife or simply enabling bad behavior. Regardless of where one stands, there's no denying that Tiny's loyalty to her family is unshakable. As for T.I., he's continued to push forward, focusing on his music and his upcoming album. The double LP, which he describes as a reflection on ego and legacy, seems like a fitting project for someone navigating one of the most challenging periods of his life. But the irony isn't lost on fans, who can't help but wonder if T.I. is truly ready to confront his own flaws, or if the album is just another attempt to control the narrative. And then there's the question of the family's future. With so much turmoil, can the Harris clan ever return to the days of the family hustle? Or has the damage to their reputation made that impossible? For fans, the Harris family's story is a reminder that even the most seemingly perfect families have their struggles. But for T.I. and Tiny, it's a test of resilience, loyalty, and the lengths they're willing to go to protect their legacy. What's clear is that the Harris family's story is far from over. Whether they rise above the controversies or crumble under the weight of public scrutiny remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the world will be watching, waiting to see what happens next in the saga of T.I., Tiny, and their family. Will they find redemption, or will they become yet another cautionary tale in the world of fame and fortune? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay tuned and stay curious.